There we go. Are we on? Are we on? Can we be heard this time? Again? Can we be heard? Can you hear? It should be able to. Type in the chat. Can you hear? Should be able to. Audio is excellent. I should hope so. This damn thing. This gets a lot of abuse when playing Dead by Daylight. That's the report. That's it, reported. Oh, Rodrigo Kurtz. Mr. Cray. Sparrow. Baslow. I'm guessing Aislin's there somewhere as well. Halloween enthusiast. Hey, Tim, it's Zach Vosberg. Zach Vosberg. Bloody hell, we are honoured. Got a mask up there, Zach, that you got for me a couple of years ago. 2018 white mask with the Ray stamp on the back, same mold as the used metallics. And I was looking at it the other day thinking, who got me this? I'm pretty sure it was Zach Vosberg, if that's how I say the last name. Ryan Hills. Fucking shit. Ryan Hills. Ryan Hills. How you doing, Ryan? How's Kylo? Hello, Kylo. Kylo's a very friendly dog. Friendly with cats. I don't know about the rest of the people. How you doing, Ryan? Where is it? Oh, it's back there. I was going to show you one of Ryan's replica tags then, but it's behind the TVs in a minute. So, there we go. Look at this. How many phones have tape over the screen? So if I press, see, that should be lit up in orange now, that screen. It's just brown tape, look. So that should be lighting up in orange. But just for fears of RJ's number coming through, I've had to cover it up. So he'll be ringing. He'll be ringing at 9 o'clock my time, which is about 4 p.m. USA time, depending what state you're in. But basically 4 p.m. RJ's time is when he's ringing. And well, it's 8:30 here. So at 8:45 on this chat, my time, I've got to get first names of people in the chat and send them to him on a message. So in 15 minutes, I'm going to go through the chat. So if you got a username in the chat, like Dylan did last week, the cutting room floor, or GhostFace 102, Ghostface 345, whatever, then do me a favor now in the chat right now. Anyone of you that's got a username that's not your name, as in your first name, like Ryan Hills is fine because it's Ryan. But any of you that's got what's it called, a different name to what is your first name, basically type it in the chat now. So if you're on there as Ghostface something or another and your name's Steve, put Steve on there. And I've got to get names in 15 minutes, type them into a message, send them to RJ, and I think he's going to say something to these people that are in the chat when he rings. So he may say, is Richie there? Is Ryan there? Is someone? I don't know what he's going to do. So it's unpredictable. And most of the time, the calls with RJ normally start off with the vocals of an Elvis song. And no, that is not no shit. He does do that. You know me. Hey, Mr. Richie. We are definitely honoured. Richie's here. Sparrow's reported me. Sparrow, see that? See that? See that? you see this? Hang on, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Sparrow. That's a report. There you go. So yeah, bonjour, Tim. No nudie women today. Hey, where is it? No, I've had to change my wallpaper. All right. Plus, I've re-angled the camera so you can't see reflection off the PC, and that's not just because of a wallpaper. That's because I want a different angle so I can get things like this in the background. You got store-bought HHM back there, and this son of a bitch has just made it back this week. The gold on gold. I've only had that back 2-3 days off Fun World. RJ's numbered it, number 1. 1 of 9, that one, and the other 2 are 1 of 1. But yeah, the gold hooded mask are now reunited again. Gold on gold's been gone since I think the 12th of June when I sent it in to number. But yeah, we're going to show you. I'm not sure whether to wait a little while before we get into this, because I got a horrible feeling that we may get into showing this one of 6 sign masks. And bloody hell, the letter's still in the back. Look, Jesus. Or whether I'll be halfway through describing the features and all of a sudden the phone may ring. I don't know. If he does phone early, I'll be very surprised. But definitely in 15 minutes' time, I've got to put some first names into my phone, send them to him, say these people with these first names are in the chat. Let me just double check what he said. Send me the first names of the people who are in the stream in about 15 minutes before I call in. Okay, so if there's 26 people watching now, you're brave. So if by some sort of miracle we go 30 people, 40 people, 50, 100, I highly doubt we get over 30, to be honest. But if by some sort of miracle then there's 30 of you or 40 of you, that's a couple of minutes taken up just typing on the damn thing. So I don't know. What can we say before we send some first names and show a mask? This week, information I put out there basically ended up being wrong, which is not good. Oh, look, Scarlett's on. Bloody hell, Scarlett's on. Jesus Christ, man. I've never seen you until now. GhostFace reported. That's a report. A report thing is something to do with Dead by Daylight, for those thinking, what the hell? Yeah, anyway. Yeah, it was said recently when I contacted Funworld. I said, hello, Funworld. Me again. Basically, it was hello, RJ. And I just said, can you tell me an official status of the Dead by Daylight? I was corrected with saying this last week. Somebody said, it's not Dead by Daylight. It's Dead by Daylight. So, yeah, very right. Dead by Daylight costumes. I said, what's going on? I know in the UK that Dead by Daylight costumes are not coming this year. We've got to wait till 2021. That's for the Devil version and the standard GhostFace version, basically, as you could call it in the game. You've seen the pictures, I'm sure. Anyway, so the message had come back after I said what's going on with the USA. And later down the line, somebody posted costumes in the group. So look what I've got in stock. Or was it in stock now? I think it said. So everyone that basically knew that the Dead by Daylight costumes want till 2021 now, including the Viper mask, was I like, hang on a minute, this chap's got them in stock. He put info out there the other day, so I wasn't happy. Anyway, I just sent an email back to RJ. I sent him pictures that were put up of these costumes. I says, what's this? I thought the Dead by Daylight, wasn't till next year. And he put, oh, God, sorry. So remember, he's busy as hell in the first place. So he's got a lot on his plate. I've seen a picture of his desk recently. He's stacked up here with stuff. It's, needs a bit of a tidy. But at the end of the day, he's just so busy with a lot of stuff going on, to say the least. Anyway, the USA now have some devil face costumes from Dead by Daylight, and that's all they've got. So devil face only costumes. The chap that put them online, that basically said, I've got them if you want them, this kid's size, that kid's size, and then an adult size. I think there's 3 different sizes, 2 in the kids variants of different measurements. I think you got like a pocket devil, a medium devil, and then there's adult devil. That's what I'm going to call them. Hang on. I'll just make sure the camera's going to be there you go. So yeah, so if you are in the USA, I don't know exactly what states or what store chains have meant to have got them, but there was a chap in one of the groups saying, hello, I've got them in stock. But I believe by this time now that he's possibly sold out, because just 3-4 days ago, I think he said he had 2 types of one kid's, 2 types of another kid's size, and then 6 adult costumes left. That was it. I ordered an adult costume, so that's definitely 5 remaining. And I'm pretty sure he's probably had, the rest of them go out the door since, but I don't know that 100% confirmed at the minute. Let me just check the chat. Scarlett, Baslow. Yeah, Baslow's trouble. Nintendo Switch player, moved to PS4. Now she's got it on PC as well, Dead by Daylight. Baslow's spoiled. 2 beautiful brand new screens, new PC, new headphones, new mic. Streamer Deluxe is Baslow, Streamer Deluxe. Do you speak to any of the lads from filming? It's Minnie Brown again, Adam Brown. Yeah, speak to Geeson, Bacon, other people on very rare occasion. With lockdown, hardly spoke to bloody anyone apart from online like this. I've always meant to ask you how you first got to know RJ. Oh, Ryan. Okay. I did it all for my community. Worth it. It says Basil. Yeah, Scarlett. I recorded a quick video myself putting on the Ghostface mask, but I kind of regret not buying it. But it smelled so bad, and it was a bit small for me. What the hell? Sounds like a fake one, that one, Scarlett. The normal masks, these, and they don't make this particular one anymore, sadly. This is what they call the EU stamp, known among fans. Sought after, they want it back, I want it back. And I'm pretty sure this is one of RJ's favourites as well. But yeah, still got it. This basically has a vanilla smell. So when you put it on, like I used to wear these for quite a long period of time. In the younger years, I used to drive around with one on. Scare people walking dogs, pull up at traffic lights. And imagine at traffic lights just seeing that face go like that. And just freezing, looking at you. The driver opposite would either go, or he'd be like, yeah, whatever, mate. Yeah. It would variate. It would variate to say the least. It was the official brand, so it's still fake. I have a big for God's sake. Show me a picture of it later, Scarlett. Get to the Discord or something. Get to Sparrow's Discord or my Discord. But let's answer Ryan's question, because I've got to get some first names down in a minute. We've got 4 minutes to go. So I think I'll show the mask. As soon as we've got some names sent over, we'll possibly start with the this very rare one of 6, only one out in the world. The other 5 of these, signed by these 4 people, are locked away. I did double check on that the other day as well. So Ryan Hills, always meant to ask you how you first got to know RJ. Your sweat collected in the yeah, you're right with them, Rich. This one, well, not literally that one, but yeah, the when you got hot in that mask. And I think Brian Avery said this, stuntman for Scream 3, that was Ghostface. And yeah, you'd lean back and you just get, all your bloody condensated breath turn into liquid, go over the bottom of your chin. You're like, oh, for God's sake. Yeah, I do remember them days very much, especially with Arnold Scream. That happened not just with me, with everyone. That's why every single Arnold Scream we did on nights of filming, they'd always hand in the mask, so to speak, put in the boot of my car, the costume and that, which was a fun world costume, I know. But yeah, they'd always go back in the car. And as soon as I got back home, whether it was back at the homestead with mother and stepdad and brother and sister, or whether it's back when I lived on my own for a short while, they would always be straight out of the car, and both of them straight in the washing machine. So I'd literally put a mask in the washing machine, and an MK mask, the squinty one, that would reshape itself every time because of the heat and, the water and all the rest of it. But did you see the viewer count? Are we allowed to say it or no? The viewer count? No, you do what you want with the viewer count. 28 people. Bloody hell, you must be desperate for some info. Right, so let's answer Ryan's question while we got a few minutes, because I've got to send these first names off in a minute. So, Ryan, how did we meet RJ? It was because of the website. Website went online November 2006. Started off as a pro boards forum. And then I said to a web host who I knew, I says, as about hosting a site for me, I've just got a forum at the minute. And I had the ghostface.co.uk redirected to the forum. So you could type in the web domain and it'll go to this pro boards chat forum, message board, as Americans call them. Anyway, so it went there and I said, I need to get some pages online, blah, blah, blah. And 2006, 7, 8, 9, and 10, it was Arnold Scream info, Scream Trilogy info. Very small amount of Ghostface mask info. I think it just had the black and red tag mask listed and a couple of differences of the mask throughout the films 1 to 3. Anyway, go 4 years later, cut the story short. Go 4 years later, we've got 2 minutes, bloody hell. And I had a message come through on Twitter. I never know how he found the site, whether another fan told him or whether they were just looking online and come across it. I'll never know how they found Ghostface website. I'll have to ask him one day. I'm going to leave it tonight for your questions because, he wants to answer your questions too. And he had his secretary or his assistant follow me on Twitter, and she says, "Please, could you follow back so we could message you? We need to talk." I was like, "Oh shit." So instantly, I was like, what's this need to talk? And I remember seeing these tweets from someone called RJ Torbert. But at the time, I think he had RJ Torbert in his, the little block of text on Twitter, the info about yourself. I think that's what it said. But his original name on Twitter was Gameface Guy. Not Ghostface Guy, but Gameface Guy. And anyway, I followed, got a message back. And we need to talk about your website. Have you got a contact? I was like, oh shit. So basically, Richie says on the chat. Look, I remember that. Because I knew Richie and a couple other fans along, many years on the forums on my forum, which is currently closed. But it's what do we do now? And then next thing you know, there was a phone call scheduled, and I think I was like, am I going to get sued? I'm in a lot of trouble. I had a little bit of Ghostface text copied off the back of a header tag of a mask on the bottom of the site, and it was small, and it's still small these days on the site right now. But I thought, God, has he seen the text? Is he not happy that it's not big enough? Is it incorrect? And it was actually incorrect. Anyway, the phone rang, and I was like, oh God, here we go. And he basically just said, who I am, what I do, and why have I got the site, and that he was impressed with the site. And basically, they'd pulled websites offline in the past. I don't know what websites, whether it was Screen Trilogy ones, whether it were Ghostface ones. Years and years and years and years ago, somewhere between Millennium and 2005, there was another ghostface.co.uk, except it was ghost-face.co.uk, and that's how it was. And it had very little on it, and I think it had 3, 4, maybe 5 pages. If you go Internet Archive or Wayback Machine, I think you can still see records of it. I'm not sure. It may have been on Yahoo groups or Yahoo site. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, there was very little there. Like on the first page of my website, the main domain name, there was more on that page than on the whole of that site. And there was like a white background image with like Ghostface separated words with a hyphen in the middle, and it had like it's like what they call a chiller font, which I can't show you now because it's live video. But yeah, if you look at a font called Chiller, it was like that, and it just said Ghostface. I was like, okay then. But that's what it was, and it went from there. And the main message that come from RJ, I've got to send names. The main, there we go. He's asking. Look, he's asking because I put it on bloody silent, man. The main message that come from RJ was, keep up the good work. I'm going to let you stay online, update your copyright text, and we'll talk to you soon. I says, right. And that was it. So let me send some. He's asking me now for names. People currently in the chat, names. Richie, Baslow, Sparrow, Ryan, Rodrigo. He'll recognize Rodrigo. Cray. Yeah. Type your names for me, chaps. Type your names. Just make it so I don't have to scroll all the way up the bloody chat again just to try and get everyone. Rodrigo, Scarlet. Have we got Scarlet? Scarlet. See, he's asking, so he's going to be cut. That's it. He's on for it. He's coming. That's all good. Adri. Okay, thank you, Adri. Aaron. I don't know what he's going to say. If he's going to read them all out or what. P. Yannick. Oh, Mr. Yannick's here. I've got no clue what he's going to say to you. Zach. Yeah, keep the names coming. Thank you. Keep the names coming. P. Yannick. Yeah, of course, Mr. Dale. We can't forget Mr. Come along, Dale. I'm going to starting day. Wait, what names? Scarlet. What name? Your first name, Scarlet. If you want to just be left as Scarlet, I put Scarlet in there. Yes, Douglas. Oh, yeah, Douglas. Watch out for Douglas. He's a fucking spammer, man. He's a spammer of good stuff. No, Douglas is all good. Douglas is all good. Busy sculpting. Aye. Sam K. Okay, Sam K. It's probably on the end of this phone going, come on then. Let me just double check. Scarlett Baslow. Who's Boogie Daddy? Boogie Daddy. Is Aaron okay? Just checking. We've got Ryan. Yeah, we've got Ryan. Adam. Richie, we've got. Cray, we've got Scarlett, Dale. Alpi. We've got Alpi. Ryan, yes. Rodrigo, yes. Axel. I'm going up the chat at the minute. Hang on. Sam Keeley. Oh, Sam Keeley's. How you doing, Sam? How you doing, Mr. Keeley? I ordered a purple Ghostface mask today. Can't wait. What's Psyduck? Yeah, there's more to that story, Ryan. There's more to that. I could tell you a lot more on that. We'll have to do an audio one time. I tell you, I could give you a lot more on that. Very well, Ghostface Collect. Yeah, all good, Mr. Keeley. A buy with a few masks from me. Psyduck, that's amazing. Psyduck. What's your proper name? Your first name? Male, female? What's your proper name? I've got one more name to add, then I'm sending it because he's waiting. It's good though because that means he'll probably be waiting to call as well. So he's on time. Psyduck Crazy Romero. Do I need to give you my real name? No, keep it as Scarlett. Keep it as Scarlett. I just hope that the loudspeaker comes through on their microphone on the phone because there's no other way I can do it at the minute. And I don't think that RJ's calling from Skype or a laptop or a computer. He told me he's literally going to pick up the phone, call the number I've told him, and I've got to put it on loudspeaker and let you listen. So I'm hoping, really hoping that it's going to come through good. It should be fine on the landline phone. Psyduck. What's your real name, Psyduck? I'll just put Psyduck because he's going to be waiting for this. Okay, it's sent. It's sent. It is sent. I've left the sound on the phone now. I didn't realise I turned it on silent just before starting the stream because I was getting emails about somebody wanting a devil face. Now I messaged back. I says, look, I says, I've got devil face. Don't worry, got plenty of them. He wants 2 of them. I says, I'll be back to you a little later, just starting a stream. So I put it on silent, but it's, yeah, it's a good job I remembered that because he'd have been trying to. Then again, he's ringing the landline, so I'd have heard it coming. But even so. Okay, let's keep that open. Okay, put that up there. Right. Sparrow so shocked when I told my real name, it was funny. Right, so just so you know then, chaps, of what's going to be happening in about 7 minutes. So RJ phones me on many occasions when he can and when time allows. Most of the time when he phones, he'll be telling me stuff. Stuff that's going on, stuff that's in planning. He'll sometimes even ask for suggestions. I say, oh, this, that, or, whatever we do. And normally, and I do say normally, the phone call starts with me going, hello, RJ. Or on occasion, I go, hello, ghostface.co.uk UK office, which don't make no sense. Or sometimes I wind him up, say, yes, this is the man in charge of Ghostface. Who are you? Excuse me? You're like, what? But it normally starts with him singing an Elvis song. The fact he's got the names this time via the phone, and I've sent them and they've gone through. He may do something different. I don't know. How's the wife? Yeah. Scarlett, he does ask about the missus as well. The missus name, I won't say it, but it begins with C. And years back, he said, how's Courtney doing? I says, who the hell's Courtney? That's her name, isn't it? Because he met her when I met RJ in 2013. She was with me. We was both over there for like a holiday after 10 years of being together. Poor bitch. Anyway, yeah, we went over, and he knew her name, but just like a few phone calls after that. How's Courtney doing? I was like, Courtney? I said, what's her name? Is it not Courtney? I was like, no, it's not Courtney. Again, he gets busy, and there's just that many things flying around his head. I'm pretty sure that he just he forgets things sometimes with regards to misses' names. But yeah, he normally starts off singing "You're Always on My Mind," and it's basically the Elvis version because he's a massive fan of Elvis. And anyone that knows a little bit about RJ with regards to his past, he did actually work alongside the Elvis Presley family in the past with something. I don't know what it was exactly. And yeah, basically, he was heavily involved in something years back to do with Elvis. I don't know exactly what, but I think he's told me this and that in the past. But it's a long time, years since I've last heard anything about that. But every single time now, it's you are always on my mind. I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you doing, RJ? And he'll just start laughing. I'm like, hey, here we go. So anyone thinking he's one of these, I don't know, uptight businessmen, that only talks to one git on a Ghostface website, he's not. He's not. He's just too busy. That's all it is. That's all it is. So yeah. It could start off with him saying names I've just sent him. I've got no idea. Or it could start off with him singing. Or because he's possibly nervous about this, he's been emailing me about this. He actually stomped this out at one point. I think Friday. He said, no, don't worry, we won't do it. I said, no, come on. I says, come on, we'll make something good of this. And it'll be all, I says, it'll all be fine. I says, the chat, the live chat, is in text form and it's on my screen. It's at the side of the video. And I think when I said live chat, he thought there was going to be a load of different voices talking at once. Like when Discord gets a bit too crowded for Among Us and everyone tries talking. Look, I was in navigation, mate. Piss off. Wipe that bullshit off your mouth. Get the fuck out. But no, then I explained. Richie says in the chat, look, he's got autographed Elvis guitar. Bloody hell. I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh, look, Tack Links is on. Hey, Tacky. Hey, Tack. Hello, Tack Links. It's Mr. Tack, Dead by Daylight player. Marty's, hey, Mr. Marty's here. I notice how everyone's all of a sudden appearing. The numbers have gone up a few when they know RJ's going to ring. Yeah, what's up? Am I not entertaining enough? Nick Sperling, bloody hell. I find 6 devils thinking I hit a jackpot, and you got to outdo me like that with your 30-something. I'm sorry, Nick. No offense, mate. Yes, I haven't found 30-something just by going in shops. I don't know if you know, but obviously I order from the distributor, and I just said, yeah, get some more devils for Halloween, and that's all it was. That's all it was. But yeah, I've had 24 devils since February. See, this is, yeah. Come on, RJ. So he'll be checking this in a minute, what I've sent him, and then he should be ringing on the phone behind, which is here, just behind the PC. So I'm going to keep that phone down there. Right, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, hey, Tacky. But yeah, I find 6 devils now. So Nick Sperling, you did it a jackpot. You did it a jackpot. If you'd have done that in 2017, 6 devils, Jesus Christ, you'd have been a genius, mate, because they were just nowhere in the US. They were out there, but very little amount. And I think in the US in 2017, when Devilface came out, I wonder when Nil is landing. Is hiding. Yeah, Boogie Daddy. You're right. I do wonder where Nil or Armour is. That's a good point, because I'm sure he wants to hear RJ on the call. Evening all. Oh, Spangle Noodle. How you doing, Spangle Noodle? But yeah, finding devils, whether you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, Nick Sperling, yeah, you're damn right. You're done lucky to find 6, trust me. But when they first came out in 2017, I believe it was the same in USA and UK. You basically got 8 Ghostface masks, 2 Skellies, and 2 devils, and that was it in the whole box. So this retailer would order 12 masks, and they'd only have 2 devils to sell. So I remember ordering either 24 or 36 masks, and I only got 6 devils out of it, which was a bit of a git to say the least. And thankfully, later down the line now, you can order boxes of 12 devils, which is a hell of a lot easier. Hence why I had a box in February just gone, and more for this Halloween. But yeah, okay, so I'm listening for this bloody phone now. The phone should be going anytime. Looking down here on the, make sure he's getting the first names go through to him. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. October boy, how you doing? Those gold shrouds give me Austin Powers vibes. Yeah, we're just saying, Spengle Noodle. This little sumbitch, the gold on gold. I've only had it back a couple of days. It's been at Fun World since June, early June, like 12th or the 14th or something. It was so nice to see for sure. I had to snag them all. Yeah, grab them all, Nick. Grab them all. Grab them all. Grab whatever you can with devils, because in the USA they're the hen's teeth. The hen's teeth of newer masks. They are in a way though. They are, because devils. I mean, all the people that emailed me for devils this week, I say, I know what they're going to say before I even ask the question. I say, oh, where are you? Where are you based? I'll tell you the postage. USA. I'm like, what a surprise. And yeah, devils are actually out there on the way to people now. I've got some scary movies on the way to people, and I've got a box of 4 masks to somebody that offered me some help the other day with regards to getting the Dead by Daylight devil face costume. Because that offer of help was there, this particular lady was having a very hard time finding masks for reasonable prices. So I said, well, I've got this and I've got that and I got this and I got that. 4 masks. They're on the way because the offer was there. And the missus is probably watching this going, how is he on about? Yeah, nosy. Anyway, have these names gone through? It was nice to see. Yep. New viewer, new subscriber, Golden Scissor Productions. Hello, Golden Scissor. How you doing? Axel, I'm glad I picked up 2 Devils when they originally released. Mad About Horror had me covered. Yeah, Mad About Horror. Always get to Mad About Horror. Although, last time I looked, which was only a couple of days ago, they didn't have any Devils on the site. So I don't know if they've got any more coming or if they've sold out. But Mad About Horror still got some good stuff with the Ghostface NECA figures. They've also got the little Tiki Ghostface, which I haven't got yet. And I'm pretty sure they'll be getting the Toonie Towers Ghostface as well. Yeah, grab any devils. Remember thinking they'd be around forever when they first released. Big mistake. Yeah, you're right, Speng Noodle. Silly Zombie looking kind of sus. Oh, I. Thinking of Among Us. Silly Zombie's dodgy. In a good way. But yeah, devil faces, when they first came out, they didn't do that well. People didn't want them. And this is the same story, I hate to say. We're just going to go on a minute because he's going to phone any time. I know it. I'm checking down here. Hang on. Has he got the... He's got the names. The names have gone through to him. I've got the 2 double ticks saying he's received the names. So this should be ringing soon. Oh, God. But yeah, the devil face and these, the EU stamp masks, the mass retailers were moaning about how much these cost. This is part of the reason I remember RJ saying a while ago now, but part of the reason we ain't got these anymore, EU stamps, is because mass retailers were moaning at the cost of them. That was a little bit of it, as far as I remember. And they wanted basically a real Ghostface genuine Fun World mask, but something that was cheaper. And I think, if I remember information correctly, this is why we ended up with these Ultras. And this is one RJ sent back in a box the other day. I've got to ask him about this because I don't know what it is. I mean, it's an Ultra, but I'm like, is it a special one? Is there any particular reason it's been added in the box when I got my gold on gold back? So I don't know what it is. Right, it's typing. He's typing. He's typing something now. How'd you... Oh, God almighty. Oh, dear. How do you pronounce Psyduck? It's the Psyduck in the chat. He's asking about you. How do you say Psyduck? So he's in contact. He's coming. He's coming. Yeah, Psyduck. Silly Zombie's got it. Look, that's a good... I've just put SY and then spaced it and put duck. I just say a Psyduck. I hope he's not going to ring on this. I hope he's ringing on that one. Because he's online on this on the minute. But he has to be to get the message. But he should be ringing on this phone behind me. Come on, RJ. What are you doing? Come on. He's not typing. He's just acknowledged. Bogwit, we'll cancel the call. We'll just get to the 1 of 6 mask, okay? I'll hang up on him. We won't. We bloody won't. I've never had him do this before. CX3, love the mask you sent. Went perfect for my music video. I've missed the call from RJ. No, the call from RJ is coming. It should be any second. Yeah, CX3. I sent him an ultra white, and then added another mask in for him the other day, part of his college exams for a music video. So cheers, CX3. I chucked in another mask, mate, because you was polite and he was nice. You remember that? That being said about hen's teeth, you can still find older masters, new old stock. Yeah, it's true. That's true. I picked up an adult zombie scarecrow costumes to UK at a party store 2 weeks ago. Yeah. I can easily believe that. PSY is in psychic. Yeah. I know what you mean, zombie. You better be singing Elvis when he rings. I don't know. He might do. He might start. It's possibly. He's got all these names. So he might be looking at his phone as he's on another. I don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to read them out off the screen? Is he actually using the phone in his hand, his cellular phone, as he calls it? Is he going to use that? I don't know what he's going to do, how he's going to do it. Thank you. I saw Scream Mask in Hubie Halloween last night. Oh, I watched Hubie Halloween last night. I watched it last night. Mrs. got Netflix on the telly. I put it on, I searched for it, and for some reason, from 2 days ago, the main picture of it had changed. It used to have Adam Sandler on the front of the film for like the thumbnail, and it had changed last night. Just 2 random casts. I was like, what's this? And I clicked it, and it was the one. He pretty much is Oodle Noodle. Yeah. Oodle Noodle or Poodles 96. He probably is. Come on, RJ, ring. Got ASIs from the UK, rather inexpensive compared to the US. You go US website, Craigslist, whatever it is over there, all the rest of them. Yeah, you try and get a. He's gone offline on this, so it should be coming through on this any second. I can leave that down there. Keep an eye on it. Yeah, ASIS prices. Oh, here we go. ASIS compared to UK is a big difference. Shall we answer it? Put a yes. RJ. Let me get you on speaker.
Okay. Bad or mean?
Don't say anything bad or mean. Can you not hear him? We've got people in the chat right now. Let me just check if they can hear you. Can you hear RJ? Say something, RJ.
Hello, everybody.
Can you hear him, chat? Can the chat hear RJ? Are you going to sing an Elvis song, RJ? They can hear you.
Oh, oh, good. So let me just say hello to everybody, and thanks for all the support and everything, and the interest. And so let me just say a quick hello to Richie and Baslo and Sparrow and Ryan and Rodrigo. Glad to see you back, Rodrigo. Cray, Scarlett, Adri, Aaron, Yannick, Zach, Dale, Douglas, Sam K, Adam, Alpie, Axel, Sam, and Psyduck. That's an interesting name.
Yes, Psyduck.
What's that?
Psyduck. I asked him to say his real name, but he didn't say anything. I said, let's just put Psyduck. And
okay, that's okay.
Yeah, the chat's lighting up, RJ. They're all putting RJ in capital letters. RJ with love hearts. RJ, very cool. You're a legend, they say.
That's very nice. I appreciate really all the support and everything, and I try to be as accessible as I can. I know how important things are for the fans and the collectibles. People who collect, and really this just started by accident. When I started getting close to Wes, I felt that there needed to be a conduit between Wes and Scream and Ghostface and the fans and stuff, and it kind of really happened between Wes and myself. He loved the idea, and he loved having someone to be like a bridge between everything.
Yes.
Between him and the fans and everything. I really didn't want or pursue anything. As you know, the first 3 Scream movies, I really wasn't out there too much. I was just working with Wes on and off.
Yeah.
And then Twitter came about.
Yes, didn't it just?
And so it was Wes that really encouraged me to
go on Twitter,
get out there, and so and the rest is history, as you can say.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Before somebody said to me earlier, Ryan Hills said to me earlier, he says, tell us the story of how you came across RJ. And I had to basically explain as a Twitter when I got a message from your former assistant saying, please contact us. And I thought, oh my God, we're in big trouble now. And next thing you know, this chap on the phone is talking to me and saying, hi, my name is RJ Torbert. I'm like, oh God. And you know the rest of the story, RJ. There's been many phone calls since, many emails. And for 10 years now, 10 and a quarter years, I've been talking to you.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. It's been quite a journey with everything, and
it has.
Maybe one day, the fans will know more of the inside story. It's been quite an incredible journey.
Yep.
Of course, I'm going to talk or say things that I can say at this time.
Yes.
One day, I think a lot more will come out. But it has been an incredible story, and really until the day that I talk about it at the right time.
Yeah.
The whole story, the real story, is really not out there yet. But I've been blessed for a number of reasons, and
definitely
quite exciting.
Yeah. You while you wasn't at Fun World at the creation of the Peanut-Eyed Ghost or GhostFace in '91, you did arrive later on, and to be honest, everything you told me in the past on many calls, you arrived just in time. What was it, a matter of weeks just before Scream was getting underway, wasn't it? Or Scary Movie as it was titled back then.
Well, basically what happened was, as most people know, the mask was really created a few years before I got there. I know that Alan Geller has stated on his Still Screaming documentary,
yes,
that he worked with a Chinese sculptor by the name of Mr. Falk.
Yeah, that's F-O-K. Yeah,
and
Mr.
I
Falk.
think I said during that interview, good thing you don't have an accent. But,
yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true.
Went back and forth, and between the two of them, they came up with this. And when I came on board, it was part of Fantastic Faces and then Fearsome Faces, and I was looking at it, and it kind of reminded me of a ghost in pain. Which I've said many times. I never saw a ghost that looked like it was in pain until I saw this mask. But I was there about 3 weeks.
Oh, when it started?
In 1996, when we got the call.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the name of the company. All these big film companies have these little small company names, so you don't get the real studio behind it, but some small company contacted us.
Yep.
And questions were going back and forth, and I jumped in on the conversation, and I asked who the director was. And when I found out it was Wes, light bulbs went off in my head. And basically, we sat down with Miramax executives, myself, Stanley Geller, Alan Geller.
Yep.
And we sat down with the Miramax people, and over the course of time, I'm really cutting this short, but many meetings, and over the course of time and communication, we came up with something that could be used. I know that Wes was already using a mask at the time, but we got that stopped. But it was then that I kind of got Wes on the phone, and we talked.
Yep.
I hung up the phone, And that's when I said, you know what, this mask has got to have a name, and that's it. And there's just no way I was going to take a chance. So basically, I started communicating with Miramax executives,
right?
And I told my people that we're now going to refer to the mask as GhostFace. Of course, Alan Geller. There was resistance at first, but after being pretty strong with him, he relented and said, "Okay, if you feel that strongly about it, and the rest really is history."
Yeah.
I talked to West about using the name in the movies, and our relationship was very cordial and polite through Scream 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
And it wasn't until Scream 4 that our relationship got fairly close, and he became a friend.
Yes.
And there's many reasons for that, but he was a charming, kind, and gentle soul, and I made up my mind that I was always going to support his name and keep trying to do my best to keep his name out there for the fans, because he deserves it. He was very appreciative of all the fans, and so that's really part of the reason why I've continued on. When I spoke to the directors and producers of the next Scream, I got assurances from them that they were going to be honorable to Wes.
Yep.
And of course, there were some other things discussed, but I was very concerned about that. It's very important to me, as I'm sure the fans, that Wes is honored by the movie, or have been very honored by the movie.
Yes, yeah. Nev Campbell had the same opinion as well, didn't she? I mean, she was last out of the main trio that we remember as fans, as in Nev, David, and Courtney. Nev was the last one to sort of confirm, but at the same time, she had the same wishes as you did with regards to Wes and the respect, basically honouring him. So it was nice to see that it others felt exactly the same way. And to be honest, I think all the fans out there, most of the fans are just exactly, saying that same thing. Make sure he's honoured. Make sure it's, either one way or the other, basically in a good way towards Wes, because at the end of the day, the last film he directed was Scream 4, and it's, he should still be here now if we all had our way, I'm sure. But after 10 years, of doing Scream 3, he then returned again. And me and many other fans always used to agree, if anyone's going to come back for a fourth Scream, they always had the same names pop up. They wanted Kevin and Wes, and they wanted Nev, David, and Courtney the least. And thankfully, we did get that. Although, Kevin was a bit on and off in number 4, but we did get it. We did get it. And I think that was a part of Wes's personality, as you've always described him to me, is he knew that the fans were going to accept another chapter, and we got exactly what we wanted. And as you've just said yourself, number 4 came along and your relationship changed for many reasons. But I'm sure that's one hell of a happy memory of many others that, Scream 4 has with regards to you and the starting off of that. But do you want me to start with some questions? I've got one for you with regards to COVID this year and how it's affecting things. Basically, USA trick-or-treat is normally massive, because in the UK, it's just not the same in the UK. You get people trick-or-treating. But, how is USA with regards to your knowledge and planning for trick-or-treat? Is it safe? What do you do that's going to be different this year from previous years?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. It's a very, it's quite a challenging time here. I'm on the task force committee here to try to, with the attempt to save Halloween and to save trick-or-treating.
Yep.
Here in the States, there's about 8 of us on the committee, and we've been giving interviews across the country and news stations in regard to what can be done. So there's a website that's under the name Halloween2020.org.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, people can go on that, and it shows a map, and you can click on your state,
right?
And it shows by county.
Yep.
Green, orange. Green, yellow, orange, and red areas of your state, to where it's safe for you to go out and trick or treat.
Yes.
And where it's not safe to go out and trick or treat. Now, naturally, good common sense has to be used.
Yes.
The way to turn this around is that we're getting it out there that Halloween can be a very safe holiday. In fact, it can be the safest holiday during COVID because, number one, you're outside. Number two, you can wear a mask, right? Even if the little girls are wearing a princess costume, you could still wear a mask.
That's true, yeah.
A superhero costume, you could still wear a face mask. You can social distance, So the only difference is that, of course, when you're going up to the doors, the people who are trick-or-treating or giving away the treats, they can either leave candy outside,
yes,
or they can kind of like playfully throw the candy in their bags.
That's true.
There's a lot of different things that can be done. Some people are going to put candy in the trunk of their car.
Oh yeah, okay.
In the trunk.
Yeah.
And have a sign. Take 2 or 3 pieces of candy.
Yes.
So there's different things that can be done, but it's very important to save Halloween. Because, once people get used to changing a culture, it changes. And we don't want the young kids, they've lost out on a lot this year.
Yep.
And we don't want them to lose out on trick-or-treating. And, and again, I'm talking about doing it responsibly and doing it in a safe manner. It could still be very fun to do if everyone gets creative and the parents keep an eye on the kids.
Yeah,
it should not be canceled. So that's what we're saying to the newscasters, and that's what I've been saying. And so we're hoping that people support the holiday, and Halloween continues to be. It's very important, I think, for everybody.
Yeah, I've just got comments in the chat here, RJ, on my screen. We've got 2 people saying the website's really useful, thank you, and another chap looks like he's been on it just now. And they also just said, beautifully said. And I'm getting other questions about masks and Scream 5. But I did have some questions, obviously, that I've sent you on email, so you've got an idea of what's coming. Do you want to start on some questions that have been asked?
Well, let's see. You sent me some questions. Is there a further future for Ghostface within Dead by Daylight?
Yes.
Rather than added cosmetics, additional backstory, other characters. What I can say about that, okay, is that I'm working very closely with Dead by Daylight. They're a terrific company.
Right.
Very creative people. And we're in constant contact.
Okay.
And there's many things being discussed. And I have to tell you that because of the success of the game, we really have to be, I really have to be careful as to what has been discussed, what possibly could happen, and what may not happen. So I can tell you that it looks like there will be a future for Ghostface right now on Dead by Daylight.
Oh, nice.
The fans are going to love Scorched Ghostface. They're going to absolutely love it.
Yep.
And this whole thing with Dead by Daylight, there was a lot of concern that I allowed the mask to be in different costumes.
Yeah.
But I truly felt that to move forward, that Ghostface could not just be seen in the black robe forever.
Yeah.
I felt that there needed to be some creativity. There needed to be some changes. There will continue to be some updates, and I think eventually the fans will be happy.
Yep.
And I think they're going to be really happy with this one. I really do.
With Scorch GhostFace.
That's all I can say right now. Now, you sent me something about the military experience.
Yeah, this was from the same chap. Just so I don't know if he's actually on the chat. He may be, but this chap that asked the question that RJ just answered, and he also had another question. His name is Chris Hoffman from Twitter, just so he knows if he watches this back. And RJ, yeah, he said, what was his military experience like, and how does that relate to where he is now? So I bet that was an interesting one for you, RJ, because I didn't expect that question, to be honest. I'm sure you didn't.
No, I didn't expect it at all because, I was in the military 18 years of age. I was the second to last Vietnam-era veteran out of the state of Connecticut.
Okay.
And I was injured. I didn't even make it to Vietnam. I was on some kind of a assignment when I got there, and I was badly injured, and eventually I had to leave the service after 2 years, but I did finish the last 4 years of obligation in the reserve. So I was in the service for 6 years.
My God.
But, it's hard to say how does it relate to where I am now. All I can tell you is that I was always very creative. I always visualized things.
Right.
And I wrote a number of things when I was in the service at 18 and 19 years of age. And it was always in the back of my mind, certain stories.
Yeah.
And it's just something that I followed up on. I really didn't think that I was going to continue to or write these books until after I retired from Fun World, but I was able to get the stories out because they were just rolling like a movie in my mind. And I guess between the Scream motion pictures and constantly talking to Wes and by the way, I don't know if your fans know this or not, but Wes really loved The Face of Fear, and he even spoke that maybe there's a movie there, and that he was even talking about being Judge Green in the book. So if anybody read The Face of Fear, that character of Judge Green, they could try and picture West doing that if there was a movie. But so in regards to where I am now, I guess the answer is it really had nothing to do with where I am now.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that I learned a lot, and I had to be very disciplined, of course, being in the military.
Yeah.
But so, I hope I answered that. It really didn't have anything to do with where I am now, other than the fact that it was quite an experience.
Yes. Yeah. An eventful life, to say the least. Right. Let me just double check what they're saying in the chat. Oh, we've got a massive fan in the chat of Dead by Daylight, RJ. Any cosmetic that comes out of Dead by Daylight is the same as me. He has to have it instantly, called Nilarama. And he wasn't on at the time when the call started. Could you just say a hello, Nilarama, to me? Or to him?
Hello,
Nilarama. Rama.
I love those names.
Viper Face looks so happy is another comment. Richie's on. You remember Richie Suttles? I'm sure you know that name. That would have been amazing.
Of course. How could I ever forget Richie?
Yes, Richie Suttles. He does have a Wes-related question for you a little later. But I originally thought the DVD content would have been Powers and Johnson related when it was first released, as another chap called Spangle Noodle. Ah, okay. People liking it in the chat. Just so the chat know, some people have asked me in the chat about masks and this and that, the other. I will get back to you on the chat. Don't worry about that. We're going to continue with RJ on the questions because he's limited on time. So what have you got to tell us next, RJ? What's your next question on your end?
They had here, can you give us any info on the mask that will be used in Scream 5? Are there any changes?
Yeah, that's coming up in the chat a few times.
What's that?
It's been coming up in the chat a few times, but I shall let you say what you're allowed to say.
Yeah. Well, I could just tell you, I'm sending out a tweet in the next day or two, but I'll mention it here. There's been a rumor going around that the ultra white mask is involved, and what I will tell you is that the killer, the main killer,
does
not have the ultra white mask. All right.
Okay.
There's something else involved, and it's not the white mask. So
Okay.
if you see it out there, and if you see it in being used, that's for different things.
Okay.
It's not as the main killer. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's the thing with speculation in Twitter and just online social media. Sometimes somebody will have an on-set picture and there'll be an ultra white there for whatever reason, and automatically assume they think, "Oh, look, Fun World sent some ultra whites and we got nothing special coming." But as you've just said, don't always assume that. And yeah, keep an eye. Just for people watching the stream, keep an eye on RJ's Twitter. Watch it like a hawk, because you've got to watch RJ. He's very cryptic. And yeah, just keep watching his Twitter. And I'm sure over time he's going to confirm for you what's been going on. Obviously, you can't say everything and every detail right now because it's still being filmed. But yeah, don't always assume what you think is killer mask, because most of the time it's not. And that was the same with regards to Resurrection as well. Amount of people that saw ultra whites on cast pictures when it was being filmed and automatically assumed that was the killer mask. And again, that wasn't. As you all saw last week on the stream, we had a Resurrection mask for you to look at. Okay. Right, RJ, I shall let you go with the next question.
Okay, so the next question was, what new merchandise can we anticipate coming out for the new film? Well, I can tell you that there have been deals made with BioWorld, Mesco, Sideshow, and NECA. There are new things coming out. So just keep your eyes open. There's other things that will be coming as well, but right now those are official type of deals.
Yes.
Right now. Somebody also sent in which killer out of all the movies has been his favorite portrayal of Ghostface.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I remember that.
I would probably have to say the first one, Skeet, was probably my favorite, although I am sentimental to anything that happens in Scream 4 because of what happened during Scream 4. I was in almost daily communication with Wes.
Yes.
During the filming of the movie for a number of reasons. But so if I was pressed, I would probably have to say Skeet. But I'm very sentimental to
with number 4
because of the relationship with Wes.
Yes.
Somebody said if you make your own version of the Ghostface mask, what would it look like? Well,
yeah.
you know, as many people don't know, I've done things with the mask on and off. I've done different things. I've looked at it different ways.
Yep. Reject masks in the past that you've sent over here.
And there are things that have never come out that I've done.
Yep.
But I have to say, probably if I did something to where something were to come out in the marketplace, I probably would do a deluxe version of the mask that's on the cover of my book, The Face of Fear. I think that the Ghostface mask with blood splatter across the face means something, because if you're actually stabbing somebody, right?
Yes.
Blood's going to splatter.
Blood's going to go everywhere. Yep.
Yeah. So I think that I would, if I were to do something and put it out there, it would probably be something like that.
Yes.
And there's another question here. I'd like to know what his favorite mask of the whole lineup is. It would have to be the HHN mask.
Yep. HHN.
I was involved in that from the very beginning with Universal. We had talks about what to do, and I wanted to make something really special, and that was the having the thicker latex, having the bigger hood.
Yep.
And of course, the fact that I only had 250 of them made. So I think because of the quality of the mask and the limited number of it, I think that's probably my favorite one.
Yes. Yeah. Do you know, I've got a random question for you, RJ, something regarding HHN that I've never asked you on phone calls, I don't think. You say there was 250 HHNs, which obviously that's what there is. Do you know how many of the store-bought HHNs there were, the ones that glowed? Was there like 1,000, 2,000? Do you have any recollection of how many you did for the actual store ones?
Well, quite frankly, I don't have any recollection of having HHN actually done for stores. I mean, that was done strictly for Universal. I sent a number over to them. Oh, right. You're talking about what they sold in the Universal store?
Yeah, what they sold in the store itself, yes.
Yeah. I can tell you that I sent over to them probably in the area of 200 masks. So they probably used 6 to 10 during the promotion. They probably, from what I understand, they gave about 20 to 30 away to employees, if not a little bit more. If I had to guess, they probably sold maybe 100 of them in the store.
Okay. So not loads out there then. Not loads out there.
Very, very limited. Very limited.
Yep.
There's a question here from Polyester.
Polyester.
Yeah. Ask him why he's so awesome. I had a big laugh over that. I'm going to show this to my wife, see if she agrees.
Yeah, Polyester. Anyone on the chat thinking, who's Polyester? Polyester is a fog whisperer for Dead by Daylight, and fog whisperers basically have to sign agreements and basically promote the game. And I got in touch with Polyester a little while ago when he was speculating about Fun World and the costumes and RJ Torbert, and he actually put a picture of RJ in the videos. And I remember RJ saying back to me, "Oh my God, he now knows what I look like." Do you remember, RJ?
Yeah.
But even so, Polyester. For people thinking, because I know there's people on the GhostFace chat here thinking, who's Polyester? But now you know who he is. He is a fog whisperer. And he's very happy to be following RJ, seeing what the latest is, obviously, for Dead by Daylight. And I believe he likes the Scream movies too, as far as I last remember. But should we continue on with the questions? What have we got left?
Well, let's see. Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask before I get off? Or
yes. Okay.
See if there's anybody who's actually there that has any question. I'll be happy to try to answer it.
Okay. Right then. People watching the chat now, you just heard what RJ said. If there's anyone on this chat now, you've got something to type to RJ, then get it in the chat now, and I'm going to read it to him, and we'll see what RJ says. So we've got some comments coming. Here we go. New merchandise like wall plaques and candles. Will we ever get? Okay. Chap called Spengle Noodle is asking, with regards to the new merchandise, will we get anything like we had in the past, RJ, like wall plaques or candles? Or was that basically 90s stuff? Will we see anything similar to that in the future?
Well, this is the story with that. And I've mentioned this before, and I know that the people who truly love GhostFace and are collectible people, I can tell you that unfortunately, it's the big retailers that really dictate a lot of things.
Yep.
Because especially with COVID and the challenges that we have, I mean, it is the retailers that if they show interest because they support it. And while we appreciate and love the fans and love the interest, there's only so many fans out there that could support a number of merchandise that is required
Yeah. There's like almost like a collector's market, and then basically a mass retail market in there. And sadly, the mass retail is what depicts what ends up going in the shops.
But I can tell you that, I'm in talks with someone right now.
Okay.
For something very special that is designed specifically for the fans.
Right.
And hopefully we can get it out in time next year.
Okay.
But this is something that's specifically for fans like you have online right now.
Yes.
And I'm hoping, we get it done. I can't say too much other than that because, who knows? There's always that possibility something would happen and it doesn't go through. But I can tell you that I have been working with someone to bring something that should please the type of people that support and love GhostFace as like the people that are online with you right now.
Yes. Okay. Right. Where we go? Top three killers. Top three killers of the franchise, I'm guessing. Do you have I don't know, a bit of a weird one to think there. Do you have a top three killers, RJ? You got Skeet as your first one, I think you said, and then whatever after that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I would probably stick with Skeet and probably Emma Roberts. I would probably stick with that. For a number of reasons, but I really did think the first one, was such a classic.
Okay. I've got a Scream 5 related one, which isn't too prying, thankfully. Says Scream 5, which actor is he most excited about? And that is, which is excited... sorry, let me get my words out. Which actor is he most excited about joining the cast aside from the original characters? So forgetting David, Courtney and Nev, but is there anyone on the new cast that you're excited for? That's the question. Any particular name?
Not yet. I want to hold comment on that right now.
Okay.
But I will give a little bit of insight to people that are on your site right now.
Yep.
And that is that there's a possibility that this movie will not be called Scream 5.
Okay.
Now I'm saying that there's a possibility because
the
intention here is to do a reboot.
Right.
So it could be called Scream. It could be called Scream something else.
Okay.
And of course it could be called Scream 5. But I can tell you that the intention here is to give it a reboot feel.
Okay.
And that it is very possible that it will not be called Scream 5.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Do you have any particular favorite scene from any of the films? Is another question.
Yeah, I have to say my very favorite scene is Drew Barrymore. I think that scene is iconic.
Okay.
I think that she made history because she really started the trend where a major star is killed off within 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. And it was so unexpected as well.
Yeah, there was something really special about that. And I have to tell you, because, and again, I'm being sentimental because of the relationship with Wes, I really laughed a lot when in that police deputy scene was going on in Scream 4. I thought it was very funny. Even though there was a killing involved, I have to say that I was laughing.
Dear me. All right, I've just missed a question here. What's this? Hang on a minute. What's this? The chat's going up and up and up. Blah, 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 blah. Do you collect the Ghostface mask that you make? If not, what do you collect? Oh, interesting one. You got a few masks, haven't you, RJ, I think?
No, I did go through a stage where I kept certain things.
Right.
And I have to tell you that fans out there, and some of them are probably on this call, where I appreciated them very much, and I felt that they would probably take better care of it longevity-wise than I would.
Yes.
So I gave a lot of it away, some to charity to raise money,
yep.
Some to fans, and I think there's some on the call, like I mentioned. So I don't have really that much. There's a couple of things that I do have that I kept out of just being sentimental. But I've given most of it away to people like yourselves that are on the call.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, my actual phone in my hand that you're on has just beeped at me for low battery. So I've got one last question for you, which is typical, to be honest. One last question for you, RJ. Does RJ pick the masks added to Dead by Daylight, or is it like is it you between Dead by Daylight, or is it just you that picks and suggests it to them?
You're talking about the designs?
Yeah, well, do you go in your office and, I don't know, pick up a mask and say, I might actually send this to Dead by Daylight? Do you pick and suggest to them, or do they come back to you saying, what have you got? And then you tell them what you've got?
Well, it's a little bit of both. It's a very good two-way communication. When they wanted to do Ghostface, it was mostly about the costumes. I was the one that gave them the Viper and told them that I thought they should do a character of Viper. And then the other things that they've done, of course they have to, they go through on an approval process. Yeah. I think I find them to be very creative people, very good people to work with. They do care about the fans.
Are we still there?